Since arriving in England, Pep Guardiola has won the Premier League more times than he's finished second in the most competitive league in football history. You didn't just watch Pep Guardiola's team play football, you felt them. The control, the patience, the pressure that squeezed the air out of stadiums across England, the passes that hypnotized, the movements that confused, the goals that felt inevitable. It was domination disguised as elegance, cruelty wrapped in beauty. But none of this was guaranteed, and in the beginning nobody believed it would work. See, in 2016, a quiet storm landed in Manchester. Not the biggest character, not the loudest manager, but perhaps the most dangerous thinker the Premier League had ever seen. A thinker who carried a shadow, an idea shaped in Barcelona, sharpened in Munich, and now unleashed on England. We need to rewind to understand that shadow, because Pep Guardiola's football isn't just tactics. Philosophy born from a country obsessed with the ball, from Johan Cruyff's classroom, from La Masia's silent corridors where kids learn that losing the ball is a sin and passing is oxygen. But what happens when the idea enters a world built on chaos? Because this is the Premier League, where long balls are weapons, where cold rain turns pitches into battlefields, where games flip in seconds, where strength and speed often outweighs subtlety and structure. At first, the league laughed. They said Guardiola wouldn't survive a cold night away at Stoke. They said his Barcelona was just Messi. They said his Bayern was just Bundesliga privilege. They said possession football was cute, but England was real, and they had reasons to doubt. Pep's first season at Manchester City was a turbulent, misplaced passes, defensive errors, missed penalties, a squad that wasn't built for his demands, goalkeepers who couldn't play with their feet, centre-backs who panicked under pressure, full-backs who were too old for 90 minutes of sprints. It was the first time many believed the Premier League might break the experiment. And yet, Pep didn't blink, because Pep never came to England to adapt to the Premier League. He came to make the Premier League adapt to him. So he started reshaping City in his image. Fullbacks inverted into midfielders, wingers hugged the touchline like magnets. Midfielders became surgeons, goalkeepers became playmakers. But beneath the football details was something deeper, an idea that the ball gives control, that control kills chaos, and when chaos dies, the opponent dies too. Still there was a tension. Clubs pressed higher, tackles flew in, fitness levels tested every line of Pep's blueprint. Commentators mocked his risk, fans questioned his stubbornness, the media circled, but something fascinating was happening behind the scenes. Players were evolving. Raheem Sterling stopped doubting himself. Kevin De Bruyne became an orchestra conductor. David Silva turned into a ghost between the lines. Fernandinho became a one-man firewall, and a lanky kid named Leroy Sané became lightning in blue. Yet even with progress, Pep knew one thing: domination isn't built in sparks, it's built in seasons. Then came the transfer window that changed England. Kyle Walker, speed and intelligence. Benjamin Mendy, width and power. Ederson, vision and courage disguised as a goalkeeper. Danilo, Bernardo, Laporte, piece by piece, the blueprint formed. But domination always has a price. The pressure to perform, the expectation to deliver, the fear of failing an idea bigger than trophies. And then came the season 2017-18. 100 points, 106 goals, unbeaten streaks, records shattered like glass. Suddenly, the league that once mocked the experiment was forced to study it. Pundits stopped laughing. Opponents stopped pressing recklessly. Managers started adjusting their lines, their shapes, their recruitments, because Pep Guardiola hadn't just won. He had changed the ecosystem. He infected the league with an idea. But here's the twist: Pep's dominance didn't end when he conquered. It truly began when he was challenged. Because in football, success creates enemies, and the Premier League was about to produce one man determined to break the idea. Every umpire has its challenges, and in Pep's Premier League kingdom, one man emerged with fire in his eyes and a blueprint designed to shatter everything. A tactician who refused to bend, adapt, or be out. He wanted to take Pep's idea and destroy it. The rival emerges. The stage was set. Liverpool, Jurgen Klopp, high intensity pressing, relentless speed. Where Pep built control, Klopp thrived on chaos. Where City circulated the ball like a symphony, Liverpool thundered like a storm, and suddenly the league had counter and answer to the shadow. The tension was immediate. Pep's possession could meet Klopp's gegenpress. It became a chess match with 22 pieces running at 35 kilometers per hour. Every touch mattered, every second was a decision, and every mistake was punished brutally. The 2018-19 season would become legendary. City 98 points, Liverpool 97 points. The closest title race in the Premier League's history. It was a battle of philosophies, played out over 38 games. Control versus chaos, patience versus pace, structure versus storm, and the football world watched, mesmerized. Because this wasn't just about trophies anymore. It was about proving which idea was stronger, which vision of football would prevail. In those 2 years, Pep and Klopp didn't just dominate the league, they elevated it. They created a standard so high, it forced everyone else to evolve or be left behind. Arsenal hired Mikel Arteta, Pep's former assistant. Chelsea searched for tacticians who understood the new game. Manchester United tried to build a system to compete. Even mid-table teams started playing out from the back, pressing higher, valuing possession. The Premier League had become a laboratory, and Pep was still its chief scientist. But a scientist's work is never done, because when you solve one problem, new one emerges. And in football, the problems may have names: financial fair play, players' fatigue, evolving tactics, hungry challengers. Pep's shadow had grown so large, it now contained its own contradictions. The very dominance he created made him the target. Every young manager wanted to be the next Guardiola. Every opponent studied his games like sacred text, and in that study they found not weaknesses, but a new language of football to learn. The 2018-19 season became a masterpiece of tension. City and Liverpool traded blows like heavyweight champions. October 2018, City 0, Liverpool 0 at the Anfield, a tactical stalemate. January 2019, City 2, Liverpool 1 at the Etihad, a knife-edge victory decided by 11 millimeters. That Johnstone's clearance of the line, the title, perhaps decided by centimeters. Week after week, both teams won and kept winning. Pressure became changeable thing. You could feel it in every pass, every touch. In the end, 98 points to 97. One single point after 3,420 minutes of football. The greatest title race the Premier League had ever seen. But Klopp wasn't finished. The next season, Liverpool responded with 99 points. Their first Premier League title in 30 years. The storm had broken through. Now Pep faces a new question. How do you respond when your shadow creates its own light? His answer: evolution, more control, more precision, more City. He bought Ruben Dias, transformed Cancelo, perfected the false nine, and City reclaimed their throne, then defended it, then made it a fortress. Through it all, the respect between them grew, two masters elevating each other. Klopp's gegenpress made Pep's control sharper. Pep precision made Klopp's press smarter. They weren't just rivals, they were each other's greatest teachers, and the Premier League classroom had never been more demanding. And so on. Manchester City today is more than a team. It's a machine, a living idea that has evolved for nearly a decade under Pep Guardiola. From Etihad Stadium to the Champions League final, this is a club where brilliance and obsession meet. And now with Erling Haaland, Phil Foden and a new generation of stars, Pep's shadow stretches not just over England but across Europe. Every move on the pitch is calculated. Erling Haaland, a force of nature, turns chances into inevitability. Every sprint, every run, every goal reminds defenders that some ideas cannot be stopped. Phil Foden dances on the edges of brilliance and creativity. His movement is instinct, his vision almost supernatural. A reminder that Pep's philosophy isn't just about work rate, it's about intelligence, timing and imagination. City isn't just about individual stars, it's a symphony of control, possession and precision. The midfield pivots and the rotation makes the impossible look inevitable. And though Kevin De Bruyne left in 2025, his legacy still echoes through the club. Every pass, every tactical shift, every run forward carries the imprint of his genius. Under Pep Guardiola, the fullbacks are weapons. defenders are playmaker, and the goalkeeper is the first attacker. Every pass, every positioning, every rotation is calculated strike against opponents' weaknesses. Haaland doesn't just score, he stretches defenses, open lanes for Foden and the wingers, and forces opponents to rethink everything. City's pressing is relentless, transitions are lightning fast, and control suffocates the opposition. Opponents chase shadows, trying to anticipate movements that change every second. And when the ball moves, the game moves, and City dominates. The Champions League triumph. After years of near misses, heartbreaks, and tactical experiments, City finally reached the pinnacle. 2023, the Champions League final. The trophy, the symbol, the rewards for nearly a decade of obsession, discipline, and genius. Haaland scores, Foden creates, Ederson commands. Every player a note in Pep's masterpiece. And when the final whistle blows, it's more than a victory, it's vindication. Pep's shadow is no longer confined to England. It now stretches across Europe, an idea proven, refined, unstoppable. Even now, dominance is fragile. Rivals adapt, tactics evolve, and every match tests the system. Haaland faces defenders who have studied every movement. Foden faces tactical traps, and the wingers must navigate relentless pressing. And yet, City adapts. The system evolves, the players evolve, and the shadow grows stronger with every challenge. Manchester City today is a testament to vision, obsession, and the relentless pursuit to perfection. Haaland's power, Foden's creativity, Ederson commands. They are not just players, they are extensions of an idea. Pep Guardiola didn't just win matches, he filled City's trophy cabinet with history. 6 Premier League titles, the English crown claimed again and again, 4 League Cups, 2 FA Cups, 2 Community Shields, and 1 UEFA Champions League, 1 UEFA Super Cup, 1 FIFA Club World. Every trophy a vindication of an idea turned reality. Pep Guardiola didn't just win trophies, he built a philosophy, a system, a shadow that now stretches across every league, every pitch, every opponent's mind. And yet, the story isn't over yet, because dominance invites challenges, brilliance demands evolution, and idea continues to grow. City's shadow is alive, expanding, thriving with every sprint, every pass, every goal, and the world watches in awe, captivated, wondering, how far can this idea go? If you want to see the incredible journey of Wayne Rooney, click here to watch the next.